Yeah. All right, I'm recording now. Yeah, we missed Mouth Ears.
Final repose.
So what happened, for those who weren't here to see this, I'll just thank you watchers. He like came around the corner and there was like 5 hot chicks and they were like, "Out there, we want you," and he was like, "Fuck you, I don't even want you," and they're like, "Well, please," he's like, "No, fuck you," and then all their dads showed up and he beat the shit out of those guys. But for that whole time, he had like a stomach illness, crazy diarrhea, got dehydrated like a week later, died peacefully in his sleep. So
That was pretty good.
that's pretty accurate.
It was very, yeah. I'm surprised you got it all packed in there.
Oh, I'm sorry. He also had sex with all the girls in between.
Very, very accurate and very succinct.
Yeah.
And Dern, what did you get on your intelligence and arcana check?
15 and 29 respectively.
Okay. So basically all of you rolled high enough on your intelligence check to remember that specifically Mudlark was being tailed.
Yeah.
And you noticed he was being tailed when you left, were on your way to the fulcrum after you stole the astrolabe. After you stole the astrolabe, after reconvening at Malthier's house.
Yeah.
So somebody tailed Mudlark to Malthier's house, and then halfway to the fulcrum, where Mudlark stopped at a tavern, and they kept watch on him there.
And then the brawl happened.
So you know, putting all the pieces together, you realize that they knew where Malthier lived. They knew that that was a meeting place for you guys, and they specifically know Mudlark. There's nothing suggesting specifically that they know any one of the rest of you.
Okay.
Though it is probably fair to say that most of the city is now looking for a 7-foot-tall bear man.
Maybe.
This is really going to eat it.
He's the only one.
Can we check if he got shaved? Except for, like maybe mustache and all. Might be like a really ugly tall dwarf. No, I don't know.
Bear man.
So yeah, you're fairly confident at this point that between Mudlark, who is known at least by appearance, and then the fact that they ransacked Malthier's apartment, they probably had everything they needed to find Malthier through some sort of scrying means. And I'm saying this to Mudlark and Dern through your arcana checks. You're like, yeah, they probably found his hair, material on every surface in the place. Like everything there, if they use it as a scrying ritual, they would have gotten a huge bonus because he was all over everything in that apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're not assuming that they have any specific material or knowledge on any of the rest of you, other than they know what Mudlark looks like.
Okay. We're still at the back of the tipsy scale right now, right?
Yeah.
And an undead guy here is just, he's always going to be a sore thumb that's, going to attract attention. And after the brawl last night, Gilva is, it's really, you rolled really well on your nonchalant bluff check, and I rolled 3 separate spot checks. None of them got higher than a 6. For Gilva coming from the squat to the fulcrum. So that was just pure dumb luck.
Just whistling a tune, walking down the street, just
Yeah.
planning
You were
to
a dog the whole way, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it was a dog. Too.
All right. Yeah,
As
that,
well.
that's true.
Good boy.
So Dern's good to go out and do whatever he wants to do. With that knowledge, I'm probably going to stay at the Tipsy Scales and think about my options for moving around the city. Because I don't want to get murdered to death.
I've got a number of things I want to do, but I think we need to have some plan. Like, where is our new meeting place? When are we going to start the next phase of this? What are we going to do about the people who need to not be seen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think, to your first point, I think whenever we're going somewhere to do anything, regardless of how big or how small, we need to have a fallback location that's never the place we started from. So like if we're leaving my place to go steal from the college or whatever, the place we will end up at success is, Gilbert's your place, and if it's failure, we go to.
Do we have any options for places that aren't our own, like
a good thought, yeah.
maybe an inn or something? Hostel.
Establish that before we go anywhere. Like, hey, I'm going here, or we're going here, and we are all going to meet up there.
I know about a pawn shop.
Well, we should find some place we can rest and stuff too. So we should set our next location, like a next fallback location right now.
And it's a good idea for it to not be our place so we can't be scried.
Yeah, well, one, so we don't pull people back there, and plus two, if they find something we don't know about, they could be sitting there waiting on us.
Yeah.
But we don't have to assume that right off, but I mean it could happen down the road. So do you guys want to just say we're laying low for a certain amount of days or something? Or because like I say, I've got some things, very specific things I want to do. I'll go ahead and tell you what I'm going to do.
What are you doing?
I want to go. Does he still have the bone? Do you still have the bones?
I was gonna tell you about him, but tell me what you're doing first.
Okay. I've got an undead I'm working on. I'm trying to fix him up, and I need to work on that. Two, when we're going into surveillance mode of the school, I can go there anyway because I have some business buying some scrolls. One, I'm going to look into getting an alter self. Oh shit, that's alter self. That's not alter other. What?
Uh-oh.
Hey-o.
Damn it.
There's a guy.
Alter other or something. Shit. I'm trying to find some spell that I can use on us. Dang it. Oh, that was level 2. Yeah, that's alter self is level 2. The bad thing is I don't have illusion as a thing. I have to use I don't know which level. Well, anyway, I can go there anyway. Hey, how's it going? Welcome.
What's up, dude?
Here died. Well, he's
Belfier didn't make it, man.
yeah.
Out there, get his ass handed to him by 4 paladins and a cleric. They found me.
Yikes.
Yeah, he didn't even get his weapon pulled. He was just like, bam.
Wow.
Said some shit about being taller than some lady and then got killed.
Yeah. He did squawk out, but They probably just thought it was like a little girl scream.
Yeah.
You kind of backed in to come to aid him, and then you just saw him get totally fucking gibbed. And you were like, "Yep, never mind."
Bird's eye view.
Mhm.
Dang.
Yeah, so we're all back at the tipsy scales right now, Mike, and we're talking about planning our next steps and like how to move better. And
Yes. So his
Uh-oh. Time up.
He's gone.
Scott, you froze for a bit.
yeah, you guys were too. It says I'm unstable.
Don't worry, man. They call me that sometimes too.
Everybody, you're the only one I can see moving. Everybody else is froze.
Must
Mike.
mean I have.
I'm moving.
Yeah, no, everything's good on
I
our
can
end.
hear you guys, but you guys aren't moving. You're froze on my picture. All the others. Anyway, yeah. So Mouthyear's place was done with
Yeah.
paladins and clerics after the fight, and
So that was kind of after that last combat we were experiencing, or was there a separate one?
nope. This was so I went to my place, and Panda Man went to his place. Everybody else went to Mouthyear's, and then, well, I guess I'm not sure if I know that whole story of my character about getting called and all, but yeah, we got called to the Fulcrum, and you're actually the one that told us about Mouthyear getting wiped out. Then we went up to Tipsy Scale, and we're trying to decide about getting seen, maybe.
Tipsy
Things we can
scale.
do.
There's booze. Yes.
Very-
Really bad booze.
Yeah, and so we've determined like they definitely were tailing me, so it's probably not a great idea for me to be out and about. The city seems to be the talk of the town is a 7-foot-tall bear man killing people, and
Makes
then
sense.
so just undead anti-paladins draw a lot of attention.
Sure.
Yeah, so we're kind of
Or-
locked down a little bit.
Yeah,
If only you had a flying creature that was seen all the time around lots of cities.
yeah, you two could actually move the easiest, I think.
Yeah.
Dan, can I roll a knowledge local just to like get an idea of like things around the city to that kind of shady looking dudes could hang out at and not really draw a lot of suspicion?
Sure.
Cool. Ugh. All right, I have an 8.
Okay. 8 total?
I rolled a 3. My knowledge local is 5.
Okay. Hold on. Let's see.
Does anyone else have knowledge local that I want to roll? Like, if we're all just sitting around the table brainstorming that aren't our homes.
I know about a pawn shop.
Pawn shop.
It's like a pawn squat, really.
Pawn squat.
Pawn squat. It's like a spot where like this scrag is really grumpy and he'll try and fuck you over on your nice armor, but he really like can't do anything if we hang out there because it's a squat. And I told him I'd tear his throat out if he told anybody about this nice armor that I stripped off of that fucking paladin.
Is that armor useful to any of us?
Dude, that armor is worth like 4,000 gold according to this scraggy pawn man. And you know how much alchemical boom boom 4,000 gold could purchase?
Not to these.
I like that. I like the way you're thinking. Let's use the money.
I think, yeah, man, I think we pawn this, trade it in for gold, or just trade it outright.
Is
Yeah.
there,
What are we
Is there-
trading?
Could we animate? We're just brainstorming about Blown Up Church. If we sell Ravenger's old armor, get money, buy Boom Boom with it, can you animate Ravenger's corpse and then just take the Boom Boom in and just shove it in there? And so, like, we make Ravenger blow up his own church.
That'd be cool.
It's a tight idea.
I really like the idea of just disrespecting that corpse as much as we possibly could.
Absolutely. It's a shame. It's what Mouthier would want because he'd be disrespecting it if it was.
It's what
Somebody
Malthier
wore the armor that beheaded him. I mean, saying.
You can guide him in there, bud. I like this idea. I feel like this is a good idea.
Just so you know, I assume Dern eventually, well, given at least given the the knowledge of how much the armor costs, you'd recognize this to be +2 armor, and
Yeah.
that's better than what what's his face is wearing. Hellet's got armor.
Oh, Hellet.
Yeah, Ravenger's armor is +2. Basically the same thing, a little bit better.
Yeah. See, you should swap this stuff out.
Right. Yeah.
Disrespect it.
Ravenger. I cut his head off. He remembers me.
Well, it's back at the den, so I mean, we'll have to burn that bridge when we come to it. But hey, Dern, guess what I got with me right now, though?
What you got?
I pull out a fragged bundle and I open the top and I say, I got Ravenger's bits and pieces. Check this out.
Hell yeah.
Uh-huh.
I go
It's
for
a-
the big high five to the forepaw or however you
Hey,
got.
I give you like a
High-
crushing high five.
And I fall over.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So Mudlark,
Yeah.
you can't remember the names of any of the places, but you know that there's some like low income bars. Fairly certain most of the Tigeland Guild hangs out at. That would be a good place to lay low if you wanted to meet up someplace where you're not likely to run into. And then there's also there's 2 brothels with like decent and Aaron's Yes is too upscale. It wouldn't be good. But the Gay Fae, a low end brothel, and you could probably lay low there without getting too much attention.
Okay.
You don't know. You don't frequent the low income places.
Yeah.
So you don't know them, but you know that they exist, and you kind of have an idea. But you do know about the brothels, and you do know that there's this one bar where the shifty people hang out. You don't know the name of it, but you know where it is.
Okay, cool.
It's not a place where you're going to get a lot of tips, so you don't hang out there. You don't frequent it.
Right, makes sense. I would also like to kind of to Scott's point, lay low for maybe a couple days, and just see how the dust is settling, because I'm myself particularly curious about, like I said, hey, this is because of the Tigeland Guild. Like I turned invisible and said that at the end of the fight. So I'm curious how that's being received in the kind of underworld communities. So I would rather wait and see.
Let's see. There's
Or is that something I can know now?
Huh?
Is that something I could already know now? I feel like not enough time has passed.
Well, I mean, you know, And then to catch wind of it, you'd have to spend a couple of hours visiting some places, talking people up, and getting some information.
Okay.
So you'd want to wait like a day or two for that rumor to kind of want to go out and like reinforce it by saying, "Oh man, did you hear about that brawl last night? I heard the Tywin Guild were doing some stuff." Hey, Aaron.
What up, man?
Okay.
So, you know, but to get a good idea of whether or not that's caught on, you'd have to wait like maybe a day or two and then visit a couple of bars and see what people are talking about.
Okay.
That being said, I did want to say there have been times you've talked to Susan and Father Westford, the two of the people that work for the Fulcrum. And they've informed you that if you need certain supplies or equipment, you can ask them and they can see what they can do about getting it for you. The Fulcrum has far reach and they can get just about anything.
Who are the people that we talk to that can do that stuff?
They're the three people that work directly for the Fulcrum that you've actually seen in the Fulcrum seat: Susan, Father Westford, and the armor. And Susan and Father Westford have at different times told you guys that Father Westford was more helpful about it. Susan was like, "Well, if you can't do it on your own, we can get you what you need if you have the money." Father Westford was more like, "Yeah, if you need X, Y, Z, you know, you can pay for it. We can see what we can do." Yeah, and obviously during there's you could get scrolls from motor bonds if you needed to use on it. As far as like you keep talking about alchemical explosives, we pick up at the store like hardcore stuff. There's some adventuring shops where you can get like a couple of alchemist flasks of fire or ice or stuff like that. But, you're pretty much not going to be able to go buy barrels of gunpowder without raising eyebrows.
Is that a thing we could potentially ask the Fulcrum to fence for us in some way? Is that not a great idea?
You'd have to ask. And just remember, whatever you ask the Fulcrum for, they're not giving you anything for free.
Right.
I'd talk to Father Westford specifically, since he's a nicer guy, apparently. Is there any kind of magical item that we could disguise our bear friend here, or that maybe gives me some kind of spell that I can use to do that for us?
I have an idea.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you're in the tipsy scales. So
Oh, Father.
Also, I have a wand of disguise.
You do?
Yeah, that was one of the ones I bought. So it has 10 charges, right, Dan?
It either has 50 charges that don't recharge, or it has 5 charges that do recharge 1 charge per day.
Ooh, that's.
It's one or the other.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the number of people in our party, and it's 10 minutes per level, so it's a 40-minute disguise. I'm gonna go with 5 a day that recharges 1 per day.
It's a wand, so it's made by the lowest level person who could make it.
Right.
It's a first level spell. It's made by a first level caster, so it's 10 minutes.
Oh, it's just 10 minutes. Ah.
Now, Durin, you speak to Father Westford, and he does inform you that there is a magical item called a Hat of Disguise. A Hat of Disguise costs 1,200 gold pieces.
All right.
And at will, you can change what you look like wearing the hat of disguise.
It almost
kind of
seems
hat is it?
redundant, but he needs it anyway.
Guess how much gold I got.
How much?
I got 1,000 gold. Guess how many platinum pieces I got?
How many?
100.
I think it would do us good to pool our money or whatever we need to for that. I think
I'll just pay for it because I'm good, man.
Cool.
Platinum is 10 gold, right?
Yep.
I have an additional question. I have this spell. It's called Carry Companion, and it transforms an animal or a magical beast into a little stone figure.
Yeah, I have that one too. That's
Would that work on something like Dern? Or no? Gilva, excuse me.
No, Gilva is a person.
Okay, so not a magical beast, huh?
No.
I'm a guy.
Just a guy.
Fair
Just
enough.
a guy.
I'm a bear man.
Just very bear
Fair
like.
enough.
What is the Fulcrum's docent's name? What is his father?
Father Westward.
Will he
Westford.
sell me this fine hat of disguise, or does he just tell us about it?
He says he will take a look to see if they have any at the moment.
Right.
They do not.
It's a huge drag. Does he know where we can get one, or is he expecting an order?
Before the end of
When they're gonna restock the shelves?
about a week.
About a week.
Yeah.
Bummer, man.
Yeah.
You're killing me, Father.
It's not Amazon.
Father.
I mean, a couple of us could potentially go to a store that's disguised and pick up items that everybody needs.
Well, I mean, anything he can get us, we might as well use it.
Father.
It takes him a week to get it, but if
West
we just
Ford.
shop,
Yeah.
we just go shop and grab whatever we need there, right?
I'm sure I know plenty of spots. I can probably take a lap and look.
Motorbond sells magic items too.
Motorbond?
Yeah, I can go there.
Hey, do you know about a toxic sensor, and do you have a couple of them?
I don't think so.
It's basically a sensor that you put poison in, and then I would imagine you would drop it, and it poisons everybody in like a 20-foot radius.
Did we agree that I'm taking that full plate?
Yeah.
Okay. What's it?
It's called a toxic sensor.
So just for Katsu's benefit, you guys all split up. You pass the night. In the morning, some different things happen with different people. Kat, in your head, you knew it was the fulcrum, saying your presence is requested. You headed to the fulcrum. You met the rest of your group there. Everybody arrived. Squawk was the last to show up, and when he showed up, he told you that Malthier had been captured by the church.
Okay.
And then the fulcrum informed you that Malthier is forfeit, and a replacement has been summoned. At that point, you guys headed up into the tipsy scales and started deciding, what are you going to do next? Because obviously, some people are aware of you, and figured it'd be a good idea to be a little bit. So you've been planning on how you want to approach that.
As far as not like just murdering people outright in the middle of the street in front of a bar.
I think they mostly want to still do that. They just don't.
Need to be more stealthy about it. Yeah.
Take them into the alley, right?
Drag
Get
them in the
away
alley first.
quicker. Or we bring the bodies with us. You turn them into walking people, and they just walk off with us. I like that.
Do I know of? I'm
I can
pretty
fit a
sure you
whole
said the
thing in my
magic
bag.
the magic school that I had went to before. They don't do necromancy stuff. Is there some place in town where I can dabble in the dark arts that feels safe?
There's well, Hellet is staying right now. That seems to be pretty safe for undead.
No, I mean where I can talk to people about like necromancy scrolls or stuff like that. If I want to get like a animate dead scroll,
Only the fulcrum.
the fulcrum. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you tested the waters at Motor Bonds, and they were very clear about that not being kosher.
Right, that's what I mean. Yeah, it says. Okay. Farther westward, I would like to get a scroll of animate dead if I can.
All right. To answer your question, Katsu, they do not have any toxic sensors.
Okay.
They do have a scroll of animate dead.
They do. How much is it?
And is there a cure moderate wounds, and do I have enough money to buy one? And maybe like a fly potion.
Shit, you know what? I can't do that anyway. I'm thinking.
That would be 375 gold pieces for that.
Yeah, which I don't have, but I don't think I'd be able to do what I wanted anyway because it's double the hit dice if you want to do a variant. I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was considering doing animate dead and making him a bloody skeleton, but I don't think I'm high enough level yet. Or is that if it's on a scroll? Can I do that?
Being on a scroll, it would have to be a higher level
Right.
wizard than you. Let me see. Yeah, I think it would follow the caster level of scroll. So, actually, do you have use magic device?
I don't think I put anything in it. I didn't think I had to. I thought magic users just automatically had magic device as long as.
Okay, just to clarify here, a divine version of would be 375 gold pieces. An arcane version of the scroll, which would be cast at 4th level, would be 700 gold pieces. So unless you had a decent use magic device and you could pass yourself to cast a scroll, which you can't, your best bet would be the higher level wizard scroll.
Yeah.
And that would be 700 gold pieces.
Okay. I'm going to have to find a way to come up with that money. If I want to redo him, I'll just leave him as he is. So what is everybody else doing right now? Are we still discussing what we're doing?
Nice, you got a skeleton?
I'd like
Yeah.
to.
Ravager skeleton?
I've got another one that I'm using, but we're
Okay.
going to use Ravager eventually. We're just trying to find the best way to use it.
On higher armor class.
Dan, did those 2 potions, was I able to buy those? Do I have any money? That's the one thing I forgot to ask.
You should have 100 platinum pieces from the first job that you guys completed.
Okay.
I have
So-
a ring I picked up I'd like to evaluate.
Oh yeah, right.
I could probably check it out.
Yeah. Could I could I use detect magic to get details about that if I'm focused?
Real quick, Aaron Exler, what were the potions you wanted?
Potion of fly, cure moderate. Cure moderate is 3 or what? Or is that 2?
I think cure moderate is cure light, cure moderate, cure serious, cure critical. So I think it's second level. Second level potion would cost 300 gold pieces, and fly is a third level that would cost 750.
Okay, so it costs 750 for fly, and then it would cost 300 for 2d8 plus 3. What is it?
That would be 2d8 plus 2d8 plus 3. And they do have both of those in stock.
Do they have 3 of the cure moderate?
No, they've only got 2.
Okay, so they got 2 of those. I'll get those, and then that's not going to give me enough for fly because I only have 100 platinum, unless I had some other money from somewhere else. So I'll get those. I'll get those 2 potions, and then get a cure light wounds if they have that.
All right, so that's a total of 650 gold you're spending on those 3 potions.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, so anybody else had anything?
I'm gonna check banish and protection from good.
They don't have vanish, and they do have protection from good.
How many? How much?
Protection from good is 50 gold pieces per, and they've got.
I'll take off those.
Okay.
I've got a magic ring. I'd like to either detect magic or get or evaluate on that one.
Identify.
Yeah, that sounds.
You want to do a
Sure.
magic and a spellcraft check on the ring?
Surely.
So heavy in my hand. It's almost heavier than it should be.
Oh my god.
25. That's without identify. I could do identify, which should be like 37 or something.
It's a ring of protection plus 1.
Nice.
Does it fit my tiny little fingers?
It
It's
will.
magic.
Magic.
You put it on, and it shrinks to fit your finger,
Wow.
and it gives you plus 1 to your armor class.
Nice. That's good for you.
Yeah, it really is.
All right. Gilba, is there anything you wanted?
Is that hat?
Just gonna go check the motor bond or whatever it is, see if they have one of those.
Mortarboards? I'll take that hat.
All right. Mudlark, what are you doing?
I don't think there's anything I need right now. So what I kind of want to do is hang out here for the day, and then over the next day or 2, go out in disguise and see how things are playing out on the streets.
Yeah, you also, all of you kind of get the impression that while you are concerned about being scryed upon or found out, you're fairly certain, or you get the impression that this is not a concern that the Fulcrum has.
Sure.
That most likely the Fulcrum's lair is protected against that kind of a thing.
Okay.
Obviously, the first thing that they probably tried to scry on was the astrolabe, which now belongs to the Fulcrum, and nobody's showing up at the tipsy scale, so.
Right.
We could ask if there's lodging here that we can
Let's
use.
say dorms.
It's probably the safest place.
Or it's a tavern, right? It's a.
Well, the Fulcrum's lair, does it have dormitories we could stay in?
Yeah.
Oh, but like the tipsy scales.
That's just a front.
yeah, but is it like
Also,
front or like a front? Like,
There's no place to stay.
yeah, it's not like a inn and tavern. It's just like a dive bar. Okay.
Asking about staying in the lair. You know, Susan kind of interjects and says, "Yeah, we offer that service. It's 10 gold pieces a night per person."
Nice.
I think that's a good choice right now for us.
That's a solid price.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people here. So I'm gonna plop down 120 gold pieces and ask for 2 nights for us.
She takes you to one of the, well, you know, like through some of these corridors, past some rooms. You get to a room, and it's like 11 cots, no blankets. There's nothing nice. It's just a safe place. So
Yeah.
no comfort. Just you ain't gonna get caught down here.
Mudlark, I toss you a platinum, but not in a like you're not gonna catch it kind of fashion.
Cool.
Very
Thanks.
exposed. Oh, 2 platinum. Sorry, I'm not trying to get you.
Okay. Also, Dan, I thought of this while we were talking about it. Could I ask the guy who's going out shopping if he has just various outfits, like something that like a half orc would wear, things that like would fit Mudlark, and he could like interchange, and with his own slight ability to like kind of modify his appearance, like would make him pass as someone else, like maybe 2 or 3 outfits.
I will show you this little trick with my belt or whatever. I start sliding my belt buckle around or whatever, and my clothes just start changing. Like one of them really reeks, like I've been like pissing on myself and stuff like that. And then the next one I'm all like pristine and smell a little slightly perfume. And then like the next one is just some normal clothes that you see me wearing.
What is that, and where did you get it?
That's the belt that the Fulcrum gave me, but I don't know that my character could tell you about the sleeve piece, but maybe one of the magic users could do. But there is a magic item that does that.
You guys are having this chat, just after Susan took you to the dormitory rooms.
Yeah.
And you see her grab at her arms and pull like this, and you see these 2 sort of silk sleeves come off of her arms, and as they do, her clothing changes, and you see that she's now wearing like a mithril chainmail suit that goes from head to toe. It's wearing like basic commoner outfit.
Susan.
It's not a bikini, but it's getting there.
Sure.
And she's wearing that, and she holds the 2 pieces of cloth out towards Mudlark and says, 200 gold.
I give her 200 gold right away. What are these called?
Sleeves of many garments.
Fuck yeah. I just start doing this really fast and just changing out.
It's a standard action, and basically, as far as your clothing goes, it can, it can mimic any form of clothing that's not armor.
Also, a little mithril kini. I'm gonna roll for a little. Natural 20.
Yeah, that's where you want it.
All right.
Halfway. Right?
She looks at you, kind of square, sizes you up, and she grabs you by the clump on your shoulder and drags you out of the room.
I don't know how to feel about this.
Nice.
Ask and you shall receive, man.
Yeah.
She says something about it. It's been over a decade, something like that. But she says it like really derisively, like really angrily.
Yeah.
To another room, chains you to a bed,
Cool.
and
How's her way with you?
wow.
Evil. Some evil.
to you, like,
He gets out the candle.
Hold on.
come on, let me finish.
Yeah.
She has you chained to the bed.
Great.
She looks at you and says, if you say a word about any of this, I will skin you and wear your hide as armor. And
I like kind of try to do like this, but I realize I'm chained up, and I just kind of go.
and she waves her hand. Her blonde hair turns stark white, and her skin goes black.
Brow.
Oh!
Wow.
Nice.
No wonder she's got a bad attitude.
For the rest of you, about an hour and a half later, a
Yeah.
bruise, and you see like scratch marks or maybe lash marks on him. But Mudlark returns to the to the little hovel, exhausted. And I don't know if there's an afterglow or a smirk or whatever. I don't know what you're into, but
I just asked for some pickle water, something that's like athletes drink after a game.
Gatorade,
I
yeah.
just flop down.
okay.
Wow, bud, you doing okay? You look exhausted.
I give you a look like, did you not see him just get dragged off?
There was as a bluff, I say there was a room with a were-rat, and she did not take kindly to my remarks. I would encourage none of you to do the same.
What's your bluff?
Sometime during all this, I'll
I'm sure it's
probably
good.
go to my place and gather a couple things.
My bluff is a 20. 13 plus 7.
Yeah, that kind of is. That's not what I was thinking at all.
Oh,
That's that.
Mudlark, give me a performance check.
Nice.
Great. Oh,
Another natural 20. Come on.
No, it's not that. Okay, it's a 15.
15. She makes a comment as she unchains you. Basically, well, not as she unchains you, but as you're leaving her room, she says, "I'll let you know when I need you again."
Oh God!
Serviceable.
Fuck, I should have rolled worse. Do I need to cure any wounds? All right. Me
Just a
and
D6 or so.
Me and Susan down by the schoolyard.
Well, I have been able to gather things from my house in this amount of time.
You want to go to the college first?
I want to go to my house first. I'm more worried about it getting staked out.
Okay. All right. You head to your house. Give me a perception check.
18.
Okay. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary. Nobody stands out to you as, out of place or looking for you.
Okay. I go inside, lock the door. I'm going to summon my skeleton, finish giving him putting him back in the coffin, making for writing scrolls, and just a couple knickknacks. I'll bring that back to Fulcrum first.
Okay.
Before I head back to or go to the store. Wait, I don't need to go to the store because he got. Wait, no, I was gonna check on the hat. That's what it was.
All right. Well, by the time you go back to your house and then head back to the fulcrum, it's evening.
Cool. I'll probably drink a beer and go to bed.
Yeah.
Could I do a little of the maybe go back to the location where our poor friend encountered all those paladins? Not me personally, but the vulture. Just do like some circles, see if there's any residual activity that, I don't know, are we trying to engage that, or just, I'd like to just see if it's decreasing, I guess.
All right. Give me a perception check.
Yeah, for that stupid bird. Oh, a 10. That's not great. Come on, man.
You see that there is, still some blood stains on the street
Yeah.
where Melania was dropped, but that's the only evidence of anything that you see.
No paladins running around keeping guard.
Be nice to secretly put a monument there to be like, whatever. Something about.
Yeah, sure. The vulture takes a shit and it lands right on that spot because that's what Mouthier
That's
would
a
have
monument
wanted.
to the vulture, not you. Just
That's
us.
what Mouthier would have wanted.
There you go.
Give me a range attack.
Okay. How about a 14? Yeah.
You see some vulture shit kind of mixed with a little bit of the blood splatter.
Perfect.
It wasn't a perfect on top, but it was
Just enough.
got a little Pollock to it. All right. So the next day, if Dern wants to go to Motor Bonds.
Are you asking if people need anything, or are you just going?
What is Motor Bonds?
The shop.
Magic store.
Okay.
It's a mage college. They do custom magic items on request. And it's the place where the Frixium star charts are. It's one of the places you guys need to hit.
So yeah, you got.
Oh, I'd like to follow him there, but like do it like not go with him. Just like follow him, like delayed, but to where I'm putting a tail on me.
Are you telling us you're going or taking requests?
Yeah, I'm letting you guys know, but you can tell me, if you want something, I could check.
Well,
Gilba, did you want to give me money and tell you if they haven't come back, or?
I'm gonna say I need Vanish and Potion of Vanish.
Potion of Vanish. Do you have any gold pieces to throw my way in case there is? Because I don't have a whole lot.
What's your name? Dern, having been there before, they don't do alchemical.
I don't know.
Oh.
They do scrolls and magic items. They don't practice alchemy. They don't make potions.
Vanish, you just want like some kind of invisibility of some sort, or what?
Yeah, just things I can add to my arsenal to where I can just use it. I need to get away.
I can see what they have while I'm there.
All right.
But I would suggest if you have the money to give it to me, because I'd rather not make too many trips.
All right, I'm gonna throw you 300 gold.
All right. Gelva, did you want me to take gold?
I give you 2,000 gold, and I say changing a receipt would be nice, bud.
See what we can do.
Bring me a hat.
A
Give
cat?
me a hat. It's like
a
a
hat.
cat. It's like a cap and a hat
A cat
in
hat?
one. A cat and a hat.
I'll see what they got.
receipt.
Jeez, you guys are sticklers.
Change in a receipt and a
Shouldn't have
half.
asked.
Okay, so
Mudlark is still
Mudlark, what was your?
flaccid.
Oh, yeah, he's sleeping. Never
You're
mind.
asleep.
It's less sleep and more like after, like when an athlete gets in an ice bath. It's just like a stasis.
What? I try and ask you before if you go to sleep. What was the deal with your wand of disguise?
Yeah, so my wand of disguise allows me to use just basically disguise self for 10 minutes at a
Can
time.
you disguise other also, or is it just disguise self?
I think when it's on a wand, I could use it on other people. Is that right, Dan?
no, other people can use it.
Oh,
But it's still disguise self.
Right.
would you mind wasting a charge on me?
Not at all, bud. And I hand them the wand.
All
As
right.
you do that, I tell you I can use it 5 times a day. But
Right. Oh, I only need to. Well, wait, it's only lasts for 10 minutes, so that's not going to matter.
10 minutes.
Never mind.
Take it with you and use it when you get where you're going.
Okay, I'll take it with me. Does that change just your body shape or your whole attire?
It's 5 charges. It regenerates 1 charge per day. Right. We're using this on that version of the rules, which would say that for every level that you are, you could expend another charge to extend the duration by 10 minutes. If you wanted to blow all 5 charges, you could get 50 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, I just wouldn't be able to get it another week. And it changes your clothing, armor, weapon, equipment.
Yes, I have to.
Thinner. Yeah, you can like marginally change things, but you can't be like, I'm now a whole different.
Right.
You can change your height by about a foot. You can change your weight by about 20%.
But
Is that illusion or transmutation?
Illusion.
Do I have a problem with that since it's an opposition school or since it's a wand? Don't matter. Okay, cool. Awesome. I may not give this back.
Order that I can leave through when I'm gonna tail him.
Sorry, what was that?
Is there like a back door or something that I can leave through when I tail him, so I'm not like leaving through the same entrance that he did, I guess, in that case? But you know what I mean.
Back door, the passageway into the fulcrum layer.
Okay. All right. So I imagine I came there as I imagine that I did not come there as Oda. So I imagine I came there as Katsu because I was called. So I will leave as Katsu, and at some point while tailing him or whatever, I don't know. I'm gonna have to fucking change it. I can't be walking around like that, dude. I just murdered some people. But you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if do I know how to get to where he's going?
I mean, your standard operating procedure is usually to climb to the roof and then follow rooftop to rooftop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you climb to the roof and you.
So I can basically tail him by rooftop without too much trouble.
I mean, with you're decent at stealth. You're decent at acrobatics. I mean, that's your wheelhouse.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's cool.
But it's something that you're generally good at.
I didn't realize there was a hatch to the roof. Is there?
No, it's more like you scramble up the gutter on the side.
Okay. Anyway, sorry for delaying.
Are you traveling as Oda or are you traveling as Katsu?
Jumping along roofs, I'm traveling as Katsu. Very great idea. So maybe I look like a different dude because I got the sleeves. So yeah, and I'm not gonna be wearing armor or anything, so I could quick change into Oda. So
Well, it's more like which persona are you occupying? as opposed to, necessarily what you're
Well,
cloaking.
no, but I hear you there, but both my personas can basically do the same thing. I'm gonna go as Katsu, dressed up as a different fucking, like as my brother. And I go like looking dressed up like my brother or whatever,
All right, give me a stealth check give me a perception check, a stealth check, and an acrobatics check.
All right. Nice. That's not too bad. Perception's not the best. It's during the day. I'm not looking for traps. We're looking at a 20 perception, a stealth of 27 stealth, and the acrobatics is 27 as well.
All right. Yeah, you get up to the roof and you maneuver to a good spot to get a line of sight, and you can see Dern heading off in the direction you know to be the direction of the college. He's almost a block away from you at this point. You're just looking down the street towards him. And then with your stealth check and your acrobatics, it's, he's not rushing. He's just walking down the street, at a normal pace. And you manage to go rooftop to rooftop, gliding here and there when necessary, and keeping pace about a half a block behind him.
But not noticing anybody tailing him, especially anybody casing the joint that we were at.
You don't notice anything suspicious.
Okay.
Okay. So anything anybody else want to do before we get to Dern at the college? Okay. Dern, you arrive at Motorbahn.
Okay.
The college is surrounded by a short stone wall that's about maybe 3 feet tall, and then on top of that, reaching up about 12 feet, is a wrought iron that comes to a wrought iron gate in the front of the college. And there's a short path from the gate, maybe like 15, 20 feet to the front entrance of the college. The front entrance of the college has a large double-sided door, maybe 12 feet tall, which looks somewhat out of place on the facade of the rest of the college, as the entire college seems to be designed for halflings.
Really?
The college ranges from 2 to 4 stories, with a couple of towers that reach maybe 6 or 7 stories tall. But each story is maybe 8 to 10 feet tall, and judging by the placement of the windows, the size of them, and so on, the whole place looks to be built for people who are about 3 feet tall.
Okay.
You know that this is because once you pass through that front door, the entirety of the college is under a reduced person effect.
That's
So
fucking.
when you go inside, you will shrink to half your size.
That's awesome.
Is this to save money on like real estate?
Basically a real estate scheme by the college to make more space for their stuff than they actually can afford. So anybody who enters the college building will be immediately targeted by a reduced person effect. You've toured through the college. You remember this. It's a little strange, but it's magic. It's a fairly low-level spell. It's obviously very expensive that it's on the entire college grounds, but still definitely doable. And you arrive there. You ring a bell at the front gate. No, we lost Mike.
No, I'm just walking around. I don't want you guys to have to like get the motion snap.
All right. See about the front gate, and like you see that there's a string that leads from the front gate into the college next to the door, and you can faintly hear the sound of a bell ringing just inside the foyer. And after a few moments, the front door opens.
While I was waiting, I look on the gate and surrounding area with detect magic.
Okay. The whole college lights up.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
The gate and stuff as well, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Okay.
Like all of the wrought iron, all the metal is magic. The stone wall that goes up about 3 feet does not radiate any magic. You see a faint magical aura, basically kind of like a bubble around the entire college. The door opens and you see an older dwarf gentleman with gray hair. And he kind of looks at you for a second, sighs deeply, crosses the path to the front gate, and says, "Is there something I can help you with?"
I'm looking to procure some arcane items, and this is the best place I know of to do so.
He looks behind him and looks back at you and,
Honey,
can you show me? I don't want to like let you in there and find out you got like 10 gold on you and you can't afford nothing.
I have money.
All right. He touches the front gate, mutters something under his breath.
Can I hear him?
Give me a perception check.
13 is 19. Or should I do a spellcraft?
No, it's obviously like a password, and the best you got, and it had 4 syllables to it, but
Okay.
And the door opens or the gate opens. He pulls it in, lets you walk into the college together, and like as you step into the foyer, you like the whole college gets bigger as you walk in.
Cool.
Very cool.
And he goes to a table in the foyer and stands behind it and says, "What are you looking for?"
Have you on the premises a hat of disguise?
I think we do. Usually have one of those.
I'm looking for that, and let's see, what can Helot use as invisibility? I guess you could drink potions and stuff like that.
No, they don't have potions though.
Oh, that's right, no potions.
Got by somewhere else and then we did it.
If it's a wand you could use on them, I don't know.
How
Yeah.
many hats of disguise do they have?
Well,
True.
Honest, trying to go pace for that.
Do you have can he use a wand on himself? Do you have a wand of invisibility?
I can check.
Intelligence check or something. Did anybody else ask for anything? Was that the two Is that it?
I want to case the joint while this is happening, basically going around the perimeter of this whole place. Can I make an engineering check, or am I too far on the perimeter where it won't work?
No, you can go ahead and make an engineering check while you're doing that.
All right, cool.
I want to have any idea where these star charts would be, right?
No. So
I'm just in the foyer, like the front.
yeah, the foyer. So the door behind you is here, and then the foyer makes like a triangle. Door behind triangle. And at the point of the triangle directly in front of you, there is a hallway that leads off into sort of to the right or to the left for you. And there's a door directly to the right when you come in in the building that seems to lead off somewhere. But and there's doors at the corners of the triangle, and then a hallway off the point of it. Opposite.
So 3 doors.
No, there's
Well,
there's
4.
a hallway and 2 doors.
Okay.
The dwarf says, "Is that it, or is there anything else you want me to look for?"
Can you put vanish
is-
in a wand?
Huh?
Can you put vanish in the wand?
And vanish is what I asked for, but he's said invisibility.
What's the difference between vanish and visibility?
Well, the thing, a wand of vanish would last for 1 round, so it's functionally useless.
Okay. Well, see, don't
You
mind.
would cast the spell, become
Oh,
invisible.
it's your standard action to vanish, and then you become invisible, and you keep popping it. It'd be a good strobe light effect at like a rave or something.
Yeah, well, that was the idea with the potion. It was like I was just going to pop it, take off.
Okay, so yeah.
Seconds, you're invisible.
And I made my engineering check, but not by enough to get 2 rerolls. Almost, I got a 27, unless there's some sort of bonus, but I doubt it because.
Can't hear 2 people at the same time.
Sorry.
Just let him do his
Right.
thing.
Aaron, what were you saying?
Oh, I just said I made it, but unless there's any bonuses, I rolled a 27. I needed a 30 to get 2 rerolls, so I get 1 reroll if we do something at this place, or I try to sneak in or something within the next week.
Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, the vanish in a wand or in a potion is functionally useless.
Mhm.
It's
That's
really
probably
good if you cast it yourself.
Right.
So the dwarf is going to go look for a hat of disguise and a wand of invisibility. Is that it?
Yes. And I'm going to just perception my way around as I'm standing there. I mean, I don't know. I'm just got my kind of at a loss how we're going to do this.
All right. So
Maybe see who's going in and out kind of thing. I don't know.
he leaves. He heads down the hallway. You
Mhm.
hear his heavy footfalls as he kind of trundles off. So you can't hear his feet, his footfalls anymore. You don't hear a door close or anything, so he must be a ways away. While you're in there, I'll assume you cast detect magic to kind of use that as so give me a perception check while you're detecting.
12.
12. Okay. There's this faint everywhere that recognizes the reduced person aura or the reduced person effect. You can tell that there are other stronger magical auras, like on the other side of walls and places, but between trying to see through the walls and not a great perception check, you can't like pinpoint any of them.
Hmm.
but you're, like pinging on your radar is at least 4 that you can detect from the foyer.
Besides the reduce, are the ones that I'm pinging singular, like in specific spots, or are they also like the reduced where it's kind of everywhere? Do I know that much?
Yeah, the reduce is blanketing, and it's basically everywhere. The other 3 you get are more localized. They're either items or enchantments placed on an item,
Okay.
lasting spell effects of some sort. After about 10 minutes, you hear those heavy dwarven feet clomping down the hallway again. And he gets to the table, throws a leather cap on the table. Doesn't look like anything special, just like kind of like a newsboy cap, just made out of leather. A bit of velvet cloth. He unravels it, and there's a wooden wand that seems to have like a thread of glass. And he points at the hat and he says 1,200. And he points at the wand and says 4,500.
Okay. I put the money up for the hat and say I did not come prepared enough for the wand. I apologize.
He starts counting the money as for the hat. At least you had some. You only wasted half my time.
Yeah. I tip him a gold piece from Gilva's money.
Well done.
So he counts out the 1,200, slides back the rest, and then you tip him the gold piece, and he slams his hand on the gold piece and slides his hand back towards his end of the table, and he says, we're not allowed to take any tips.
Okay.
What is that, Steve Belgium?
Right.
You can, donate to your favorite charity if you like.
Well played. Well played, sir.
A mighty
Right.
fine of the Mort Steelbrush charity for getting drunk tonight.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
done?
Do what?
You done?
I'm done. Thank you.
Your business is appreciated. And he goes back to the door, opens the door, crosses the courtyard, puts his hand on the gate. You hear that same muttering. Gate pops open. He ushers you outside.
All right. Yep. I start heading back. Actually, yeah. While I'm here, I'm going to make a lap around the whole place, slowly, just eyeballing it before I head back.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
And then I'll follow him.
You give me a perception check to
See him.
Natural 1.
Yeah, you've seen this building before.
All right.
28.
28. So aside from going around and doing your casing thing, you also kind of wander around, trying to go from built rooftop to rooftop and as possible. You know that you can see that there's a courtyard in the center of the structure. It's got a fountain. The building seems to be organized in 3 main sections. As far as like functional building parts, one that's sort of an L-shaped thing towards the north. There's a large rectangular section of the building that appearing, being able to see what you can see through the windows, looks like living quarters. And
That's
then,
in the L.
huh?
That is in the L-shaped building on the north, right?
No, that's the large rectangular building on the southwest.
Okay.
It's connected to the L-shaped building by a wide corridor. And then on the back, towards the back, it's off of the street, because the L-shaped building and the residential section are both along the street, just inside the fence, but along the street. The section in the back that's off of the street is a narrower, shorter L-shaped corridor. You can't really make out what the purpose of that is, though. Not a corridor, but an L-shaped building that's 2 stories tall. There's a couple of windows, but you can't get a good idea of what the deal with that.
How far is that building from the wall on the opposite side? As I'm like moving around the whole place.
Actually, can you draw the layout for us if we know it, kind of?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to draw it, but he'll do a better job.
Yes, I'm not. And also, what kind of like buildings and neighborhood is surrounding the college?
Correct.
Is it residential or?
Well, and there's businesses and residential. A lot of the residential places have a business on the ground floor.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is sort of there you go.
Okay.
Right. So let's see. There we go. So that's where the gate is. That's the foyer there.
Okay.
This is a large L-shaped building.
Residential.
Here. When you took your tour, what's your name? Dern. This large round atrium area was called the Arcanium, and it's sort of a lecture area.
Okay.
It's a large round space. This area back here, Dern, you also visited, and this is these are the dormitories for the students.
All right.
This building here is 2 stories tall. The L-shaped building in the front is 4 stories tall, and you got to see very little of that aside from the Arcanium.
All right.
And from what you could tell, back here is the living quarters for the teachers.
All right.
And then there's a large courtyard in the middle with sort of a fountain pond. You also got to see it had some fish in it.
So that perimeter basically from the wall to the building, what's that distance? All around, like generally speaking, north, east, south, east.
It varies from 20 feet to 5 feet.
Where's the closest? The north? No.
The closest is actually at the corner of the of that rectangular residential sort of area, which
So the bottom right.
It's on the southwest corner.
Okay. So southwest is 5 feet. Where's 20 feet?
The front gate.
All right. So that's what I had that as 20 feet front gate. And then what for the back 2 corners?
About 5 to 10 feet.
Okay.
How tall was the iron fencing? 3.
Yeah, you're a little Dern, you know that when you left the building to go into the courtyard when you were taking the tour, you did not grow to normal size when you left the building. So you're not sure, you know that the reduced person effect takes effect in the foyer, but it also extends to other parts of the grounds. So, you know going from the front gate to the foyer, you don't shrink, but you're not sure exactly where else on the ground outside of the building also has a reduced person effect.
Dan, top 7 buildings surrounding this place to basically approach from my point of view. Like buildings or
No,
2 or whatever.
Top
None-
6.5.
3.
None of the buildings immediately surrounding the what you call it, the college, are taller than the college.
Oh, right.
A few of them are 2-story, where you feel like jumping off the second story, you might be able to clear the fence.
Okay.
Particularly for you with glide, would make it a little bit easier. But none of the other buildings butt right up against the fence. All of them have about a 10-foot path that goes around the exterior of the fence. So,
But you're saying out of 7, I get 1 halfway decent one?
out of 7, out of everything surrounding
Right.
the building, there are 2 buildings where you think you could jump off of the roof of the building and clear the fence. One of them, the bottom floor, belongs to a cobbler. And you figure, and it looks like the rest of it is just like the living quarters for him and his family. And the other one seems to be some sort of storage for grains and feeds. Looks like it's specifically feed for animals. But
And
it's not a living space. It's just it's a storage for grains. And taking a little further look around, you see that there is a stable, like a horse stabling service a little further down the road. That most likely this is where they store the feed for the animals.
Sounds flammable.
Location of each of those buildings is like south, west. You know what I'm saying? Where's the cobbler's house? Where's the store grain?
The cobbler's house is that would be on the northeast corner.
All right.
So the gate and the foyer are on the northernmost point of the building, and that corner does point north.
So the foyer points north?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for realigning my map.
And then off the northeast corner would be the cobbler, where his business front faces the street. And then the basically almost on the southern point, opposite of the foyer, is the grain feed storage barn.
And the distance from the wall is 5.
About 12 feet.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Dan.
Yeah. All right. So, Dern, you return to the fulcrum.
Yep.
Gil's hat.
Yep. So I get there and I give Gilda his hat and his change.
Receipt and a receipt.
And receipt, and say, give this a try. And I tell Hella that they had a wand, but it was much more than I was expecting. I don't remember how much it was, but I tell them that. And yeah, said maybe we could try some other place that got potions or something. When
Correct, Aaron. It was 4,500.
Actually,
much-
that's-
How much
I
did
only
he?
remember the
how
big
much-
number.
How much did he charge you for the hat? What kind of change are we talking here?
it was 1,201 gold pieces.
Okay. I put the hat on. Was that how much it was?
Yeah, because I tipped him a gold piece.
Oh, that's right. For the.
Oh
getting
wait,
drunk-
no,
the-
that's
the
right.
drunk
He
tonight
didn't get.
fund.
He didn't give it to. He didn't take it. So you get back the.
He
You
said
you get.
they don't
No,
accept,
he's gonna get drunk tonight.
The get drunk tonight fund.
don't accept tips, and then he slid the gold across the table and put it in his pocket.
Yeah, he
Oh, okay,
definitely sat
okay.
on it.
You kind of garbled out, and I wasn't sure, but I thought maybe you said something like that. Yeah. So okay, you get 799 gold pieces back.
790,
700.
100.
Is Katsu back too?
I put the hat on.
I get back right after you, just like a little, maybe like 20, 30 minutes, just so I can not be super obvious.
Dan, the rules of the hat are I can be disguised as anything.
You can change your appearance
Yeah.
into any other humanoid.
Mm-hmm.
You can change your height by about 1 foot.
Yeah.
Smaller. You can change your weight by about 20%.
Okay.
You change what your clothing looks like. But it's all illusion. If
Yeah.
someone actually reaches out and touches you, they're still going to feel a giant furry bear man.
Yeah.
What?
The way you smell, it's not going to change the way you smell.
Uh-huh.
It's going to change the way you sound.
Cool. I put the hat on and I look like Malthier. Because he was like 6'7", right? Or 6'5".
6'7".
Okay.
6'7" and 3/4.
What's going on over there?
I'm gonna go, yeah, just a slightly shorter Malthier. Like I'm gonna go the bottom level of this, so like a 6-foot Malthier if I'm a 7-foot bear, and I just look like Malthier,
Demented.
the cruel. Like a slightly shorter
The
Malthier.
perfect disguise.
Get points for that one. That's good.
Oh,
So while I was there,
I let Mudlark know some good news.
I hear
There's a
you.
fountain in the center. Did you know that?
Say that again.
There's a fountain in the center. Aren't you made of that stuff? Can't you like come in that way?
We're all made of that stuff.
Sure, but I'm not a squishy.
No, I can't. The next level is where I can like turn myself into a liquid and like go through shit.
Oh, so maybe we case the next joint, and then we come back here, and our entrance is the fountain for you.
concept. Yeah, I'm ready.
We have 3 joints to case, right? And we did one of them, but and then you'll be able to come in through the fountain in the center. But I also tell everybody that the L-shaped building on the top is probably where we need to go. It seemed like there was residential quarters, and then the building where he was, and then there was some other building, and there was a really nice grain storage at the stable, and that back corner looked nice for entryway for me, perhaps. But
It sounds like we
excited
could.
about-
It sounds flammable. Grain storage sounds like a flammable thing. Just saying.
Oh yeah, so as I jump from it, you blow it up.
If you wanted to blow something up, I would nominate that as a spot.
But
so I grab a piece of paper in between the both of us. We maybe sketch out the building a little bit, I can point out on the map some of the places that I know of from going through there. And I also explain that there was some kind of magical password on the front gate. I explained the deal about the reduce person on the whole area. There's other magical things happening on the inside that I'm not entirely sure about. I would like to suggest Gilva, maybe he could try his bugs to go in there and look around. And also Mud
It's a
Clark,
fancy
if
bug.
he could maybe check it underneath. I don't have a lot of hopes on it, but
Yeah.
if there's anything from the bottom side that we could check out.
I've got engineering, and I would offer to go with you to look at like structural maybe weaknesses and stuff. But I'm like, I can't breathe in water or anything.
I can't breathe in water either.
We're learning so much about each other.
I don't agree.
Yeah, that's cool with me, Scott. I would do that.
I'd like to get an aerial view as well. Maybe
Goddamn
even
right.
check
That's
out.
critical.
I'd like to see if maybe they could very possibly have an observation deck as well. Like, I know the sequel to a heist movie, you're not supposed to do exactly the same thing, but we could just check it out.
Monk. Unchained monk.
I don't know, Mike. The Ocean's movies have taught us the exact opposite.
Just hit a.
You made an unchained
casino.
rogue.
Do it the same every time.
That's right. So it's an idea.
I think it's a good idea.
Real quick, Katsu is Dern around, or is he? Katsu, give me an intelligence check.
All right. Damn, I've got it, but that's not great. 10.
I'm assuming that that Dern and Katsu put their heads together and try to map out the building.
He already stated that before he disappeared. That
Right.
we basically got together and drew up between the two of us what the map looked like.
Dern, give me an intelligence check as you're trying to. Dern? You hear me?
Sorry, I can now.
All right. Can you give me an intelligence check as you try to remember and put to paper a diagram of the. That's not bad.
It looks like a 10.
I rolled a 19 plus 4, so 23.
Okay. I just texted you all a PDF of the map.
Cool.
Well, it's coming.
You're gonna email it to me?
We'll print it out and mail it.
We'll send it snail mail.
Somebody just bring it to work. Never mind, I can't use the printers.
I'll just tell me that you printed something and I'll bring it over to you.
I can't print it. I don't get text.
Oh, right.
It's all good. I drew my map. It's fine. I only rolled a 10. It's fine.
Yeah, but I'm saying you can all see the map that between Katsu and Dern together, you figure it out.
It's not coming through on my end. Maybe because it's a PDF. Do you mind just like screenshotting it and sending it through as a JPEG?
I got it.
Mudlark, I would like to say that once we start going in the sewers into water and creep in through a fountain, if we maybe do the next job first.
It's Aaron. I can do that when I'm level 7. I misspoke earlier. So
Level 7.
it's not worth planning everything.
No. But if I'm just like, what's the next place look like? Shit, gets you up a level. Fucking, we gonna come in crazy.
I do bring up again, we had talked about this once before. We were considering hiring the Thieves Guild to get this. Is that something we don't want to do? I don't even have any idea.
Price? Or we didn't talk to him.
Well, I don't think we
I
talked to him.
talked to him. I think if we did that, the way that would make the most sense is that we.
I would be opposed to that entirely.
Okay. Would be that we hire them to go steal it, and then while they're stealing that one, we steal the other thing. But I think that's complicated.
That's a rough move, man. I'm dead, but
Yeah, I think we go ahead and hit the one, and we leave the Thieves Guild for last. But I would like, if it's appropriate, to like go out and see what's going on with the Tiglin Guild.
Yeah, you can introduce yourself. You can wander in.
okay. Oh, where are they? Where are you guys?
We're still at the Tipsy Scales.
Yeah. You see like a fucking super short, bald man. No, wait. Red, but like balding, like a skullet.
Yeah.
Walk in. He's got he doesn't look nice, and he's very small. He's like 5 foot tall.
That's not that small.
What's up, man? You're not that small.
Not that small, but like I'm a human.
Ah.
Yeah. I look like fucking Ken from Street Fighter, except I have a red skullet.
And what do you do when you come in?
I sit in the corner.
You're a good sitter.
That corner sat in the corner.
I come up to the big panda guy.
Oh, I'm not a panda.
You look.
I look exactly like Malthier the Cruel. Because
I thought you were dead.
I say, nah, I'm alive. I'm feeling great.
Good for you. They drug you back to the temple. It sounds like you got out alive. I saw that shit happen.
I'm gonna ask, how do you know that? Who the fuck are you?
Oh, I'm just a guy.
I'm gonna roll to intimidate. I rolled a 10. My intimidate is a 6. A 16 of intimidate. How do you know who the fuck are you?
I don't know if I'm
What's
really.
your wisdom modifier?
My wisdom modifier is +2. You're not
I got a 4 sense motive, so he is a guy. That's true.
I'm not really too worried about you. But I appreciate that information or whatever. But I feel like we work for the same dude.
Oh.
I'm a replacement for the guy that I'm sitting next to.
Oh, that's awkward.
Which is weird, you know? And I don't see the big fucking panda dude, so where's the panda dude?
My
name's Windy.
I tip my cap of illusion, and I say, yeah, I'm Malthor too now.
Because I have 21. Okay, so I reached level 4, which made me able to increase my ability by 1, and I am a human, which made me dump 2 into.
Right, you can get a maximum of 18. +2 is 20. +1.
Where's my man?
Point bar?
Oh shit, Dan, do I get a skill point per level if I want to take that as my bonus?
Then let's do 20. And
each level?
Do you remember how to do a point buy?
I mean, I use a calculator on the line.
Okay.
I use the Pittsburgh calculator. That's what I use.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I've been there. The Pittsburgh Pathfinder Society, yes. Dan, can I have done a +1 skill point every level if that was what I wanted to do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Okay.
raise Constitution by 1.
I forgot about that shit.
Give me your so if your current strength is 20,
My current strength.
then you had a 17 to start with, right?
Well, so I tried.
17 +2 and then +1 to level 4.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So never mind. Yeah.
Just wanted to
And I
check.
put that in athletics. All of them.
Okay.
The Pittsburgh did me dirty, boys.
You still haven't answered my question. Who the fuck are you?
Hey, now. You don't have to badmouth it.
I'm talking to the boss man.
I know. I'm saying.
My name's Windy. And don't fucking call me Wendy.
Windy.
Why would you open with "I am windy"?
Indy.
I don't know. You guys seem intense. I'm trying to be cool.
Windy.
Somebody, goddamn.
Hey, Windy.
Yeah.
I'm in disguise.
You're a disguised boy?
Yeah.
Really?
So you know the Fulcrum? You guys are like boys, you like hang out and stuff.
We have a mutual employer.
Okay.
Like your pal, you're like buddies with the Fulcrum, like you guys
Who
like hang
employs the-
out.
We have a mutual employer.
So like you're like chill with the Fulcrum, you're like hang out with them, and he's like your friend.
I don't cross the line, but yeah.
Oh,
Well,
that's
yeah,
cool.
because you get zapped.
Those are your stats.
I'm in disguise.
Cool.
That's what I say to Wendy.
Hey, Windy, you're not a super tall dude. Do you have any halfling?
Is, you know, it's going to have the appropriate number of points.
Okay.
Find them attractive, but beyond that,
This would be a replacement. Maybe we can talk about this like a place that's not like the bar, you know? Like there's others very close to here.
Yeah, man. Let's go to
in
your
the
place.
fucking room.
And us.
Go into the back room. I'm like much like
Oh, I'm not saying shit in the bar. I'm not even in the bar. I don't hang out at that place.
I'm on the 7th bar down the street.
we have a mutual employer. That's all.
Wink, wink.
I'm here to help.
Let's go downstairs.
Yeah, I'm not there.
We all go downstairs.
All right, cool. Now we can talk. My name's Windy.
No, we're not inside the door.
That's just
Go inside the door first. Now we can talk.
You guys go down
Just
there.
Draw the map and we do all that stuff.
It is Susan.
Susan.
Oh,
And she,
hey, Mudlark, remember?
she lets you all in.
Yeah, she does.
Lets them all in.
Mudlark, are you in the front, in the middle, or in the rear?
Oh God. I probably because this guy walked up to us. I didn't super know who he was, but he seems to be legit. So I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm like behind Wendy. So wherever Wendy is, I'm like behind him.
All right, so you're in the middle somewhere.
Thank
That
God.
doesn't say anything, or there's no no special interaction.
Great.
You're at the beginning or the end, though.
I'm still healing. Once we get in there, I say, so your name's Wendy, but we can't call you Wendy?
Just don't. My name's Windy. Don't call me Wendy.
Oh, okay, Wendy.
Windy.
Oh.
Yeah, I got it. I think I said it right. Windy.
Like the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The classic association hit.
Yeah. I'm Windy. I'm a monk.
Do you have any?
She makes me good food.
You guys
Hamburgers.
I'll just start with
Cool.
Delta +2 strength, and then I'll get you to 22.
Cool.
And Rango.
Not gonna make the fart joke I want to make.
Please.
Strength.
What god does your guy like? What kind of monk is he, Trevor?
Lawful evil, and I'm not familiar with the pantheon, but he serves the Lord of Death.
Nice, from going from chaotic evil to lawful evil. I like it.
He's an executioner. He serves death, and he is against light.
Cool.
Generally
His name is
doesn't like the
Danzig.
nature.
Yeah, I just simple, archetype. Like I serve the Dark Lord.
Yeah.
The Dark Lord.
It's
God.
respectable.
Seer.
Cere.
Okay.
He is literally the god of hell.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's the god of punishment and torture.
Yeah. I'm down.
Bring
Right.
people to him. That's your job. Like, hey, you want some more of these guys? Here you go.
So what are our next steps here? Let's
Yeah, generally
set the
speaking,
guy. What are we all thinking we're going to do next?
Well, I thought we were going to do that whole, me and you were going to case the sewers, and then somebody else were going to case a different direction. I thought that's where we were going, and we got sidetracked a little bit.
Okay. So Mike's flying overhead. Me and you
Word.
are going to the sewers.
Ross, could your bugs do any kind of surveillance?
Me and Ross's bugs were going to do something. They were going to do a double case the joint, basically.
You can't do both.
No, case the joint is the same thing as that spell.
Okay.
I've been brought up to speed, by the way, so you guys can carry on with the plan to case the joint, as you so
No,
aptly.
we already cased it. Now we're going to look under.
Hey, Wendy, you know,
Yeah.
we've got this the school that we're checking out. Do you know anything about it? Are you from around here?
I'm not. Yeah,
Super helpful.
a priest in a neighboring village.
Okay, cool. Welcome.
I'm ready to send everyone to hell.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, so
I got claws, so I only got 3 of them. But
Katsu going in the sewers. Squawk is flying overhead. Ross, are you gonna do your bug situation?
Yeah, I'm just walking down the street towards the place, whistling a happy tune, looking like a short mouth here.
Cool. I think
yeah,
you should come with me and Katsu, and I think it makes sense for Trevor to go with Ross. And I don't know, Scott, go with him as well.
I've got something I want to do.
Okay. We don't all have to go. I'm just saying, like, people who don't have a clear role in this, I'm trying to.
saying if we're going in the sewers, wouldn't that be a better place for the bear to travel for the most part?
He's got a hat of disguise.
A mouth here.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, but if anybody brushes up against them.
No, he's going to go above ground.
All right.
All right, so you guys know that him going around his mouth here is an extremely bad idea, right?
Yeah.
That's just ground.
You know, if we wanted to bust him out, that would be.
He's mouthy now. I don't think
Yeah, he has a.
He's a bear.
You might want to double check with him on that.
Mouth here. Yeah, I'm just
Daytime?
dicking
At
around.
this point, it's early afternoon.
Okay.
This is still the day that Dern went to the college and came back, correct?
Yeah. And while they're doing that stuff, I'm going to be seeing if I can hook up with any necromancers in the catacombs out around the fulcrum. I've got some things I want to talk with them about.
Okay.
Yeah, all those
I'm not
skeletons.
aware of any necromancers
Really?
down there. As far as you know, the scrolls that you got came from the fulcrum.
Right.
Yeah, there's not.
Okay. Well, I just saw a bunch of undead, so I assumed there was other possible necromancers besides myself.
If there are other necromancers down there, it's either Father Westford or Susan.
Creeps.
I'll request. Maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, you don't have to play my part now, but I might want to ask audience with the fulcrum to ask him some questions.
Dang.
Hey, can I do a knowledge local? I guess this will be. Let's see if there's any. If I know from the sewer if there's a magic shop above.
There are no magic shops in this town.
There's none. Okay.
Never
just
vanish.
Yeah. I just watched this documentary about the actor Daryl Hannah from Saturday Night Live. You guys know who that is?
Yeah.
This documentary, it was about how he was like horribly abused as a
Did
child.
you say Daryl Hannah?
That's what he said.
Daryl Hammond.
Hammond, what did I say?
Oh,
Daryl
you
Hannah.
said Splash.
It was in Splash.
Yeah. Totally.
First
Yeah.
lady joke I ever saw.
Freud was right.
But in the documentary, he said like he's so easy to make up into like, you know, look like anybody on Saturday. He's like the go-to to look like any sort of politician or anybody. And his like costumer is like, it's because you just look so bland when you look like nothing when you're like not made up. So I assume the aspect of an unmade up Daryl Hammond, like the most self-described bland-looking man, to discreetly walk the streets of.
That's probably a better choice.
Honduras.
Well played. Well played.
Yeah, that's a good call. Like store-bought mayonnaise.
That's the one.
Yeah, just in it. Yeah, just evil.
AAA brand mayo.
Also, the holy symbol is a piece of hide with a nail.
Piece of pie.
Shove through it.
Okay.
Piece of pie?
Probably made from some sort of sentient being.
Okay. Like a living one. Like
Well,
living.
not anymore.
Well, hopefully.
I want to note that Dan's shirt's not just a Superman shirt, but the Death of Superman shirt.
Word.
I had that guy.
That's not Lobo killing him. No, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was what's his name?
You guys want to know my full name?
We used him in the movie.
Winsworth.
I'm Wanderer.
No.
You dirty
Oh, yeah,
dog.
Dan.
He got that name because he's gaseous.
What persona I am in is super important because, yeah, one is evil. So, yeah.
More evil.
The other one's just crazy as fuck.
Okay, so we're walking down the street. Me and the windy one.
We're walking.
Yeah, I'm walking with you.
So why do they call you Windy? Windy?
I'm quick.
Oh, cool. Do you want to do like some windy sprints? I'm pretty quick. We could do like a foot race.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to run, I mean, I would win a foot race, but if you wanna race me, I'm fully all right with that.
You're an unchained monk.
Race to the next block. 3, 2, 1, go. And I take off and I run, and I assume you beat me because I'm not that fast.
I have a base speed of 40 feet.
I'm a hulking panda man disguised as Daryl Hammond.
With a base speed of 50 and a dash of 10 times his base movement speed.
I attempt to stunning
should turn into a gazelle.
Please smoke him.
I'm saying he doesn't know that, but he could.
I'm not that fast. You win.
Good. I'm glad you did that.
Yeah, you're really fast. Did you know that, Windy?
That's why they call me the Windy Wanderer.
Oh, that's cool. That's a really clever name. So, you ever been to this school before?
No, I just got
out of town.
I just got here, and I heard from a priest friend about the fulcrum. I'm after like maybe some more powerful items. I've taken a vow of poverty, so I don't accept payment in the form that payment would usually be taken. But
like money?
Yeah, I don't do the money thing.
Sexual favors only.
I call dibs on his money share.
Anyone can. I don't mind. You guys can fight over it if you want, but I don't accept.
No, Mike called dibs. That's it.
Mike's not a part of this conversation. This is me and Wendy walking down the street. You have no idea about the money.
That's fair.
So you just got to town. You don't know anybody who's looking to maybe buy some really nice armor?
No. I'm sorry, I don't. What kind of armor you got though?
You're not very useful yet.
Really, it's like really nice. It was from this really douchey paladin who was like pretty high level, I guess, and I murdered him and I took his corpse and stripped all the flesh off of it so his skeleton to Durin because he likes that stuff. But then I got this armor.
I'm not taking that armor.
Dude, you haven't even been in the room when I've talked about the armor yet. Like, and it's still back in my squat. Oh yeah, Wendy, I got this cool squat, and that's where my armor is at. But I'm just trying to sell it because the pawn shop doesn't have enough money to buy it from me. So I was just seeing if you like who was looking to buy some armor.
No, I don't like wearing armor, but I'm glad that you said.
Yeah, me either. That's why I can't wear it, because I'm a bear and I'm a druid, and it's
Do you want me to cut you? I have things that I could cut you with.
Why would you want to cut me, Wendy? I thought your thing was running around all fast and quick like.
I like to cut things.
You're a good cutter.
Punishment.
Okay, well I don't want you to cut me, bud.
Yeah.
I just wondering if you knew anybody who wanted to buy. You know which way we're headed? You know where we're going? You know which way this here...
This is 100% believable conversation as they're walking.
Yeah, this is exactly...
Yeah, I know.
You know which way the school is, the monastery is? Do you know?
I don't know yet.
He just got here.
Well, it's a good thing we paired up to go find it together. With your speed and my natural ability to find things, I bet we could locate it without any help from anyone in our party who knows where it is. It's really fortunate that you and I are walking down the street without anyone else.
But I don't.
Cool.
Smell it.
I cast, this is a second level spell. It's called Lay of the Land.
In the middle of the street?
You know where the school is.
No, dude.
You don't?
Nah. You went there to get the hat.
No, when we went down to the catacomb or whatever to see the fulcrum, Aaron explicitly said,
I mean, we wrote it all out and then we did all that for sure.
Yeah, Aaron said that, so I think our characters have an idea of the map of this place and where it is.
You know basically how to get to the place.
I mean, also you live in this city, and it's probably a known spot,
not good.
right?
I'm not good with cities. I thrive in a wooded, forested, mountainous, undeveloped, rural environment.
Is there nearby? Is this daytime?
I probably want to. I'm not there, so I can't tell you the
approach a town.
asking directions, sir.
I approach the townsfolk.
There we go.
Oh, I was just gonna cast a thing. Is that a bad idea? To just cast a spell on the street?
Yeah.
I mean,
as a panther.
Oh no. You should choose.
You.
You're right. You're the bear. You know.
Yeah, I feel like that's what I'd do. Hey, I'm gonna cast a spell and it'll help us get to the college. Wendy.
Yeah, most people know where it is.
Cool. So the dude like points me in the direction, gives me some reasonable directions.
Yep.
A commoner has told me where the thing is.
So I shouldn't cast a spell because I got a real good one.
You can certainly cast a spell.
Well, you think you know where, because it's a spell that's going to tell me where it is, but you know where it is?
I've been told, yeah. I mean, if he's wrong, he's wrong, but
we can always tear his throat out later, which...
He deserves it.
Yeah, it's tight. Okay, well, don't run too fast, but lead the way.
Right, cool. I don't run too fast, but I lead the way. I adjust my movement speed to match yours, and we head off towards the mage school. What's our plan once we get there?
I got these bugs, man.
And you're gonna like put the bugs in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody listening will not even know. It's great.
I got bugs.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Do you have like wind? Like, do you have any like cool magic stuff that you can do?
I do. I got a little bit of stuff. I'm more like Marshall than I am like Key influenced, but I do have some things that I can pull out.
I don't know what that means, but that sounds cool.
More punch, less.
Gonna be just as useless as Malthier, and then I'll just deal with it. But I'm ready.
Malthier is dead, bro.
Yeah. Good on it.
Yeah, he went out like a G.
That's not what I heard.
Well, yeah, me either. He was just a nice guy, so I was trying to say a nice thing about him. But you're right. He went out like a little bitch in the street. Uh-huh.
That's more similar to the story that, well, I saw it happen. Yeah.
Oh, you saw it?
Ooh.
Yeah, I was walking by.
Did he pee?
Shat himself.
He's close enough to notice if he peed, but he definitely got drug away. I mean, I don't know if he's even dead. The goody two shoes took him.
Oh, two shoes torture, that's the worst kind.
And there's no bad torture.
That, okay,
Good
cool.
point, good point.
Sweet. Well, let's
I prefer moving fingers.
let's pick up the pace and get to this here. Not too fast, bud.
Anybody in the sewer with me?
It is
think
Mudlark and Katsu. Katsu.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can come too if you want, man.
Well, I mean, I know. I'm following Katsu, I guess. Does he know
You're going with us. It's Mudlark who's leading the way. Unless you know him better.
No, nobody knows these sewers better than Mudlark.
That's what I figured.
Okay.
I also these other fantastic things because that was a good performance.
I'm gonna use my sleeves and mini garments to make a hooded outfit that kind of covers my face a bit, and I'm gonna go outside and go into the nearby private little manhole cover in the back alley and climb in with these three guys.
I match his appearance like as best as I can. Whatever
Actually,
garment he made.
before I do that, Nick, does your guy have any capacity to like hide the fact that he's a corpse?
only in the street.
Not in the streets, like yes, like we gotta like from what I've understood from like
I'm always in disguise, but
we gotta like come outside and we're on the street for a little bit and then we go in the sewer.
He's got charisma. He's got disguise.
yeah, I've got disguise. I got +11 on disguise.
Okay, cool.
Also got
If you-
myself, I need it. So.
And he can use a wand if you want to lend him your wand.
Yeah, I did give you your wand back. I
Yeah.
didn't use anything off of it.
Do you want to use that before we go, Nick? I mean, you're only going to use it literally when we pop out into the street.
I've got my skill, disguise self, but I've also got a +11 on disguise.
But
Okay.
that'll give you like a +10. So
Let's
it'll be
go.
21.
Let's not, if he's cool with that, let's just go. Let's not force him to use something he doesn't want.
Yeah, we're good.
So
Can't use one of those things.
we pop outside, we go around the corner, we go down a manhole cover. I direct you guys to go in first, and then I go in after you.
I also suggest that we don't all pop out at the same time, and it maybe takes us an hour to get there. Or do you think we all need to go at the same time?
I don't think it matters. We're just three dudes leaving a bar, going to the same place. Like, I think it's, yeah. So
Sounds good.
People leaving a bar, going to the sewers.
Yeah, no big deal. It's just a sewer.
going out of a bar and then going in a back alley and going in a sewer. Like,
In the nighttime or the day?
Full-grown male adults leave a bar and go into the back alley. Nobody follows.
exactly. It's like mid-afternoon, Aaron.
Okay.
If I'm wrong. Yeah, so we go in the sewer, and then I navigate us underground to the underneath area of the school. Imagine this is going to take longer, Dan. Do I need to roll for anything?
Dan, I do a 21 intelligence check to remember.
Question, dude. Wait 2 seconds.
Mudlark, give me an intelligence check. You haven't purposefully tried to get under the college before.
Intelligence?
Yeah.
All right. I rolled an 11, and my intelligence modifier is 1, so that's a 12.
Okay. You can get close, but you can't like get under. You're like half a block away where the nearest like access to the street is.
Will my 21 to remember where we're going key me in enough to where with my casing the joint, I can maybe help out just to be like, what about this way? Because I was doing a 21 intelligence to like remember how we were getting there, and I cased it already.
I'm gonna say that with between your check and Mudlark's, you guys get as close as you can get, and you realize that the area that would lead kind of under the college does not have like man-sized tunnels, does not have man-sized sewers. It's got smaller pipes leading to and from it. And this would be, probably makes sense for a place that wants to be less accessible.
Yeah.
The only reason you feel like, you could get as close to the temple as you could is because that's like a good place, and there's an expectation of goodwill. There's an expectation of people not trying to destroy it. But whereas a mage college would be more like, no, we've got our secrets and we've got valuable things here and we don't want anybody fucking with it. So you do, Katsu, you do point out that there are a couple of pipes that are maybe about 6 to 8 inches in diameter that you're fairly certain probably lead to the college from here. But obviously they're not large enough for you guys to traverse.
Like some poison gases we could pump in through those vents.
Considering that you're probably still half a block away,
it would take you way too much.
Yeah, even
I have a magic bag of poison.
Even to use to like pump air probably wouldn't. The poison would have to also pass through sewage water, which would diffuse the poison by the time it actually.
Side note, I do not have it. If I had the compression monster ability, could I get in there? I still couldn't. It's like a quarter your space.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be able to do it with that.
Okay, I didn't figure so. I just was curious. All right, so we get there. Do I see anything for like, is there anything good? Like maybe I could create a distraction. That one guy likes to blow shit up. Does anything look structurally unsound as we're going back or as we're doing whatever we're going to do next?
Great. So you've made it as close as you can. You realize you're a half a block away. What was it, Mudlark? Was there something you wanted to do at this point?
I just want to know these pipes that are small. Does the liquid that's coming out of them change in size or volume? Like, is this the same magical effect we saw at the college, or is this just like small pipes?
It's just small pipes.
Okay.
It is coming out of this pipe, or let's see.
That's a good question.
Let's get bigger one.
Give me a knowledge arcana check.
Okay. Natural 1.
Okay.
Oh hell.
Mostly, I mean, there's definitely waste coming out of this pipe. There's some weird, you see weird coloration stains. You believe that they're like there's a possibility that there's some sort of other stuff that they're flushing, but you don't really have a solid.
Cool.
But you can see a trickle of piss and shit.
Absolutely.
And Dan, how many of these drains were there? 6 of them, you said?
I didn't specify any number.
Oh, that's my brain. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was gonna go there.
I'm saying you picked out this one pipe, and you're fairly certain that it comes from the college. But like I said, you're still a half a block away. So the fact that you could pick out this one pipe coming from the college is pretty much a feat in and of itself.
Yep.
Cool. I don't have any other questions here. I think we have the reconnaissance we need.
Yeah, I guess I don't need to mark it. I want to make an intelligence check. Do I need to make an intelligence check to remember this pipe in case I ever need it?
You need to make an intelligence check when you came to look for it again.
Oh, okay, cool.
Cool. I'm gonna start heading back down the sewer with my guys, my little sewer buddies.
Sewer time.
Okay. And so that was Katsu, Mudlark. Was anybody else down there with you guys?
Nick, did you come or did you decide not to?
I was with
Okay.
you. Yeah.
So what's Dern and Squawk doing?
Squawk would be checking out the roof of said magic school, Motorbahn, seeing if there was any sort of observation deck or, maybe the highest point on the structure.
Looking for a 2 for 2, huh?
Yeah, just still looking for it. I'll do so. Now, let me ask you a question. I'm, in my mind, I'm on the back of the vulture. Would that be my perception or the vulture?
Your perception.
Makes sense. Sure. 16.
Okay. I mean, you see, it's roofs. There's the courtyard in the center. Are trying to keep a good distance, like, if you basically understand, like the height that you have to fly to where people don't notice that there's a halfling on the back of the vault.
Yeah.
So you're pretty far up.
Fair.
You're maybe like 400 or 500 feet up.
Okay.
So you can see the courtyard, you can see the roofs, you can see that there's 2 towers. You can see the basic layout as it's been described and mapped out by Dern and Katsu. But as far as like hatches or anything like that, it's mostly a shingled roof. It's peaked, so if there were hatches at this distance, at this height, they'd probably just meld into the rest of the roof as far as they wouldn't stand out enough.
Okay. Could I do another round after touching down on a nearby roof and have that vulture do another pass by at a closer altitude?
Sure.
So that would be more like a 19.
And that's for your vulture specifically?
Yeah.
Okay. Passing by closer with just the vulture, you are looking at the roof. You got a little bit lower. You come in from the side and you can see the towers, not just from above but from the side as you crest over. As you pass overhead, you're a little confused. You make the vulture do a couple more passes to be sure, but from the sky as you near the college, it seems like the towers move and adjust their position. There's you don't really have an explanation for it. You can't figure out why other than magic.
Yeah.
But you get the impression that the college might not be how it looks.
Yeah.
From the inside.
Okay. And the vulture snags a pigeon for a snack because that's how they do.
Roll to attack.
Oh.
I'm not going down without a fight, said the pigeon.
Yeah, you bet.
No perception check for carrion?
How about a 12? Yep.
No, your vulture's a predator.
Yeah.
Like it can take out a pigeon.
That's right.
Just wanted to check to make sure he didn't attack one of the mage's familiars.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Okay. Praise be to Colden.
That would blow our cover.
Surface to air magic missiles. All right, Dern, is there anything you were doing?
Was I muted again? Okay.
Yeah.
First, I would probably talk to, was it Father Westford?
Okay.
When I'm asking about the necromancers, and I assume being told that there are none.
Yeah, he says he has it's not an area of study for himself, though he does have access to necromantic spells should he need them.
I saw undead. Why I assume there was a necromancer.
The fulcrum has a vast array of abilities.
Do you think he would be willing to talk with me about them?
As I'm to understand it, the fulcrum is aware of your desires, and when you complete tasks, you are rewarded in the vein of what you seek.
Yes, it is just hard to find teachers or other people to talk with of the necromantic arts because it is so looked down upon. In pushing around in my brain, I would like to talk with another about, although I don't know if it is of the level that the fulcrum would actually want to speak with me on.
Generally speaking, the fulcrum does not sit down for a chat. If there's something specific you're looking to discuss, then...
Do you have any tombs of the dark arts or know of any other people? I'll tell you kind of out of character what I'm doing is I'm looking for either study material or another person more advanced than me. I'm looking to show that my character is trying to come up with some of the necrocraft for being able to bond possibly weapons to the skeleton's hands and stuff. So that's what I'm looking for, is either books or somebody to talk to or something that shows that my character is going that route.
Okay. Give me a diplomacy check. You're having this conversation with Father.
Rolled a 10. I don't think I got much on that. Just one, so 11.
The last reward you received from the fulcrum, did this further your ambitions in this vein?
Most definitely.
And I would expect that the next reward you receive from them would do the same.
I appreciate it. And I go back and see if people are back yet.
You have knowledge religion?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a knowledge religion check.
Reach out and touch fate.
24.
You know, Father Westford being a worshiper of Delic, the god of ambition and greed.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, one of their core tenets is to give nothing for free.
Yeah. I give him 20 gold pieces and say thank you.
He says, if you're looking to combine necromancy with a bastard version of crafting a construct, there are some books I'm aware of I can see about possibly sending them your way.
I appreciate that. I give him 20 more.
I'll schedule that.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ooh. What are you squealing about?
I'm just going,
All right. So we got a half an hour left tonight. Is there something you guys want to squeeze into that? What's your plan?
I don't think we have much of a plan so far.
I don't think
He's gonna put the bugs in the college.
Oh, yeah.
The bugs in the college. Come on.
Yeah, I forgot about the bugs in the college.
Oh, you send the bugs into the college. Where are you casting this spell from? Where are you?
Not very close to.
He came into the sewers. We can send him up that pipe.
There's that. There's some shit weasels, some cockroaches, la cucaracha.
We can still do that.
It is. What is it called?
Insect allies, right?
Yeah.
Insect scouts.
Insects.
There you go.
To a spell.
Okay, the range is 25 feet plus 5 feet for two levels.
That's not very much.
You have to be within 35 feet of your target.
Magical mage college.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a roll of the dice. Are they going to be able to detect me casting a spell if I'm behind? I don't know.
Full cover.
We just walk. Yeah, we just sort of like. The college is located in the city? Okay, so we take a lap around it. Find a discreet place, not like in front of the front door or like by a thing that's within 30 feet of it. And I can't, yeah.
Well, is there, I mean, you have the PDF.
Yeah.
Right? Can you tell me, which part of the wall you're trying to cast a spell from?
So Dern went in. The entrance is at T. Is that the entrance there? That tower?
The entrance would be on the PDF. It would be on the bottom left.
Bottom left. T is the tower.
It's the little triangle.
Yeah.
On the corner.
Mm-hmm, bottom left, but
that bottom left is the north.
Yes.
Right.
But that's like the main sort of entrance.
Right. So the two sides with the T, those two circles are the towers. Those two sides are on the street. The other
Yeah.
two sides are back towards the interior of the block. They're more like alleyways.
Cool. So we just walked down one of those back alleys off the main drag there. And so that area that's like CKLB, that's an exterior wall.
Mm-hmm.
But there's at that top right corner, vertically and horizontally, those are alleys intersecting.
Mm-hmm. So from there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. And you just want to kind of cast that back there. When do you want to do this?
We're there in the afternoon, right? Like we've just walked from Wendy and I have just walked from the bar. We left there at like what, noon, 2, 1?
At this point, it's you were doing some planning at the bar in the early afternoon after Dern got back, so that was around 2 o'clock. At this point, with wandering around, checking things out, it's probably closer to maybe 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the back alley, just discreetly. There's some cockroaches back there, some vermins, some insects. I cast my spell on these insects, and I go, "Bugs, go on in. Tell me all about it."
Exciting.
Okay. All right. You cast a spell, and apparently it's 1 insect per 4 levels, so you only get 1.
Okay.
But he's a fat one.
Yeah.
It's a real sweetie.
And it crawls up the stone wall between the wrought iron fence, goes in. Give me perception checks, you and Wendy.
28.
Nice.
25.
Okay.
Nice.
Both of you see as it, you can't see it go down the opposite side of the stone, but as it starts crawling across the grass and dirt towards the building, it gets half as big.
Okay, it turns into a tiny cockroach.
And then you see it kind of scuttle into a crack in the wall and disappear.
It's so
All
creepy.
right.
It's gonna be back, dude. It's gonna have so much info.
Okay.
Coach buddy.
All right. So roll a d6.
One.
Okay. So in 6 hours, it'll be back and tell you what it knows.
All right.
Is anything else happening before 10 p.m.?
No.
Anybody? No? Okay.
I'm good. I'm still gonna know everybody. So thank you.
So back in, I assume are you going back there or what?
Hey, Wendy.
Yeah.
You wanna come over to the squat?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to check out your place. I don't have a place to stay yet, so maybe I could be your squat buddy for the moment. I don't want to impose.
It's a squat.
Are there people there that we can liberate from the torturous existence they are living?
There's people come and people go. It's kind of just like here's what I know.
Okay.
Here's what I heard. There were some elves that were here. They were trying to make an elf thing happen. It didn't work out. All the trees grew back, which is good for me. there's just a bunch of fucking hobos and like people hanging out. And then there's like some pawn shops and strip clubs and I don't know, little bars and shit that people are opening in the squat zone. It's pretty chill. Yeah, so I got a spot, and you know, there's not a whole, nobody's really fucking around with it because, you know, I put up some signs made out of feces. Yeah, people, they know the squad knows what time it is. Shop, do you need anything? There's a bunch of bullshit in Hawk. You could probably pick something up on the cheap if you're looking for some like stuff.
Yeah, I don't have any money.
Oh yeah, you don't like money.
Yeah. Yeah, but I will come. I'll come with you.
Let's go to the squat, get some bamboo and a beer, and hang out.
Cool.
I'll show you this armor.
I'm into it.
Sweet. We go to the squat.
Okay. All right. Is there anybody else doing anything?
No.
Or 10 p.m. Okay. 10 p.m. rolls around. What's your name? Gilva, you feel, you know, something perches on your shoulder, and you begin to see, you know, very simple images flash into your head.
Is it any more detailed than the
well, the map that you already have, you know, you can add some information. The C, the K, the L, and the B.
Yeah.
The C is a cafeteria.
Okay.
That's where the bug crawled into like a dining area.
Sweet.
Seems fitting.
Amazing.
The L is a larder.
Larder.
And the B is a barn.
Barn.
Small carriage and a mule.
K is kitchen.
K is kitchen. The roach then continued in through the into that large square area, and it looked to be nicely appointed living spaces.
Okay.
Which matches up with Dern's report that is where the professors, you know, the teachers for the college lived. At the far end, you know, near the outermost area, there was a spot on the floor where there were more of these rooms. And then there was a locked door that the cockroach couldn't even squeeze through the seams in the door to get to the other side.
And this is in that large rectangular, like canted at a 45-degree angle structure?
Yes.
Okay, so that is like staff quarters and tightly locked door.
It continued through the building, back down through that also diagonal corridor towards the tower.
Yeah. Towards T2 or T1?
And that was obviously a tower. The door to ascend the staircase in that tower was also locked, and somehow the roach couldn't get in there either.
Nice.
You can specifically see in your mind like maybe a 2 centimeter gap under that door, but the roach just couldn't get under it.
Gotcha.
It continued into the building towards the foyer. There were some of these rooms appear to be like classrooms or workshop rooms. There's desks, there's tables, there's different arcane diagrams and apparatus. None of it, like, you know, you can only barely recognize that it must be that sort of stuff because the cockroach's mind can't manage the complexity of it.
Yeah.
Share to you, but you just get the impression that that's what it is. It crawls under the door into the foyer, and then down that hallway. And as it neared the T intersection between the T1 and the A, which Dern explained was the Arcanium, the roach just couldn't progress any further. There was nothing in the way, but it just couldn't move any further down the hallway.
Okay.
It checked out some more of the doors on the side. There was some storage and looked like maybe some other classroom, workshop type places. Nothing specific. And at that point, the roach left. It left the building, crawled back outside, and tried to return to you.
Okay.
What does my character know about the Arcanium?
The Arcanium is a large room. It's for basically, what do you call it? An exhibition type demonstrations.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, performing magic in, you know, we're in a wide open space. You know, where people could see it. When you were given a tour, it was specifically one of the things you remember is that they said that the dome of the roof is large enough to take the dimensions of a fireball without actually damaging the walls or the roof. So that was a concept of it. You remember that there were these like floating balls of light that were illuminating the Arcanium. That then they were, you know, sort of a magical chandelier.
Mm-hmm.
You get the impression it's just some sort of permanent version of dancing lights.
And also, on the map, what kind of building is S?
That's a large statue of Motorbahn.
Okay.
Which it's about 10 foot across at the base from the outside, but from the inside it's 20 feet across.
Mm-hmm. So vaguely, the only places we don't have some idea what they are is the towers.
Well, you did not get the main L-shaped building between the two towers is 4 stories tall.
Mm.
And the cockroach only managed the first story. The residence area is 3 stories tall, and the cockroach only managed the first 2 stories. And didn't check any area, you know, past the cafeteria for the student dormitory.
Which is that the sort of the top there, all of those buildings.
Yeah. So the left of the cafeteria.
So are we all together relaying this information together right now?
That's up to Gilva. Because he's fought with Wendy.
I'm in the squat with Lindy.
Okay. That's right.
I'm just getting this info direct from my roach pal and adding it to my mental map. I'm not saying any of this out loud to Lindy because I'm trying to listen to Roach.
I'm just trying to get a good, vibe as to why, what you're doing, right? Why did, trees, right? Let's grow more trees. Let's kill everybody and let trees take over. I'm just kind of trying to feel your, because here's the thing about things that are living. They all deserve to feel the ecstasy of suffering.
Oh, that's what you're all about.
Yeah.
Are you saying this out loud? Are you sort of like waxing poetic on death?
Yeah, totally.
What
Just
about, okay. Cool, I'm down. Yeah, let's kill everything, dude.
Yeah.
So I got this cockroach, and he told me all about the college, but not too much. And there's some locked doors that I don't know about, and I think they've got the roach seemed pretty focused. It's cool that we put him in the cafeteria because I mean that's a fun place for a roach to be.
Yeah,
Walk through the
wouldn't really draw much attention. Roaches, they're there.
They're there in the larder in the kitchen.
Your roach does have like basic. You see flashes of movement that seem like humanoid shapes passing by.
Uh-huh.
Your roach's perception abilities, like it's just these formless humanoid shapes. Nothing that you could pick out, even colors or facial features or anything specific.
Mm-hmm.
You get the impression that as the roach was scouting around, it passed, several humans or humanoids passed by it.
But it didn't get a feel for what or who those.
It's more of a sensation as
Mm-hmm.
you're getting this information. It's a sensation of a presence of a humanoid moving past, as opposed to any specific, qualities of the humanoid or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's all like all this information is very abstract.
Gotcha.
Dan, do we have action dice?
No, you do not.
We're evil. Yeah, can't do heroic shit. Gotta do evil shit.
Do we have evil dice? Like when we're killing a child, we can add an extra D6 or something?
No, you just got to be cool all on your own.
Evil. What? Okay, it's evening. It's night. I got my roach back. Man, Wendy, I don't know. You want to go find Mudlark? How much shit can you carry, dude?
I can carry a lot.
You got like any sort of cool pack or bag or?
Not currently.
Nah, and you're real short too, but you've got good load-bearing properties.
I do. Yeah, I'm very, very strong.
That's cool.
I'll carry something for you. You want me to carry that armor? Is that what you're after?
Well, yeah, but it's sort of like, are we gonna go sell it, or are we gonna I don't know. I think we just leave it here. Still,
gonna mess with it, right?
Huh? What?
No one's gonna mess with the armor.
I don't think they're gonna mess with the armor, man. This squad, from a vibe standpoint.
Yeah.
But just to be sure, I make sure that it's wrapped in like a dirty old curtain or whatever it is I wrapped it in.
That sounds great.
And then I just pee on it as a little insurance policy.
Now there you go.
Yeah, but I'm still hat of disguised as Daryl Hammond, so the urine just sort of comes out of my kind of like belly button or like chest area, because that'd be the equivalent of where a 7-foot bear dick would be at. So it's like a jet of urine appears.
Oh my god.
Well, let's
Cool. Let's go find let's go.
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's fucking find him and kill a bunch of wizards.
I hate fucking wizards, dude.
I mean, yeah, hate doesn't exist.
How
But
much can you? How fast? How much can you carry?
I mean, I can I'm just doing a little bit of a guess here because I'm new to this world and don't have a completed character sheet. But I can probably fucking carry, 200 pounds.
You think you can carry 300 pounds?
I mean, I can definitely drag it. But
I was gonna see if you wanted to give me a berry back ride, like a little guy carrying a big guy, sort of a thing.
I mean, I can if you want to definitely try.
How fast are you when you carry a big guy?
Well, I mean, if it doesn't encumber me, I can move at 40 feet every 6 seconds.
I'm pretty big.
Yeah, I don't think it should be an issue. I think I can overhead probably 300 pounds. I mean, I have a very high strength.
You can carry up to 173 pounds.
That sounds like 300 pounds. Let's do it.
Let's try it. Pick me up.
Maybe half movement. I mean, I can definitely pick you up. Maybe I'll just move at half movement. 20.
Moving like a door for a halfling.
Or like a mouth.
Pick me up and let's go find these guys.
All right. Yeah, I'm down. I'll pick you up and let's go find the guys.
Yeah, you move at half speed.
At least you're not drawing tension to one another. It's
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can carry 346 pounds and move at half speed.
Cool. Sweet. Yeah. So 20 feet every 6 seconds, and we're looking for my new friends. Your current friends.
Yeah. Bet those guys are, I don't know. That dude, he kicks dogs. He's all weird. I bet where else do we hang out?
Where are we going right now? I mean, you gotta tell me, man. I'm
I'm thinking out loud. It's where else do we hang out? We just hang out at this fucking bar that nobody likes because it's by the guy. It's can't we go someplace else?
Sir Patty's Pump.
Yeah.
How I Met Your Mother, dude.
The Jug and Loaf.
I hear that you shouldn't go to your former friend's apartment.
No, that place is covered in cum. You don't want to hang out there.
I hear it's bugged.
Yeah, I got bugs, bro. You like bugs? You saw that roach, man.
Feel them.
Okay, well, let's go to. I know how to get to Mudlark's house, right?
No.
I don't know how to get to Mudlark's house.
He was there though.
No, I wasn't. I remember now because he sent a mental message out, but he didn't send it to me. He sent it to Malthier's house.
Yeah.
Right, and I didn't get that either.
God damn it, we're gonna have to go to this shitty bar. We're going to the Tipsy Scales, man.
All right.
All
I'm gonna start kind of hoofing it.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've been walking this whole time, and I've just been talking your ear off as you're trotting. Yeah. I look like Daryl Hammond. We're going to the bar.
Yeah, that's what we are.
See at the Tipsy Scale.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we have hit midnight. Woo! You know what's awesome?
Yeah, he did it. This guy.
Well, I switched to Fat Tire instead of 7% beers. So.
There you go, bud.
Oh, cool. Is there anything anybody wants to clear up before we end the session tonight?
Clearly, I was Squawk was back at the bar trying to get hammered. Just to be clear, but that's it.
You're half. I thought you were a mite.
Just so you know, I'm still developing Wendy's personality.
Yeah, totally, dude. Glad you were able to get back in the game.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you tell us about the cockroach when you got back?
They haven't gotten back yet.
Okay, then I don't know shit, so I have nothing to add.
How much did it cost again for me to arm my skeleton? The 2 swords and leather armor. How much was that?
Like 20 gold.
20 gold. Okay. Just trying to keep track better. All right.
Mudlark, you don't know any way that we could like buy some sort of spell or something to any more accessible, right? I'll just ask that. But
Reduce person.
Yeah, I mean we can make ourselves smaller.
Wouldn't get you small enough to enter a.
No, compression wouldn't even get me in there.
Now, if you could turn into a ferret.
Oh,
Go on.
turn into a ferret. That's the kind of stuff I'm asking. Like
6 inches to 8 inches in diameter. So that's, I mean, that's a.
But you don't know that. I don't know that the bear can turn into all sorts of animals, right?
I'm a druid. I can turn into hella animals.
But do I know that?
I do.
It doesn't matter.
My question is, do I know you're a druid?
I think you do.
Okay,
Maybe
my next
not. Maybe not. I mean,
You should roll.
Can I make an intelligence
Just
check?
tell yourself if you are.
During the heist at the temple, Katsu, you did know that that Gilva turned into a dog to case the building.
and I turned into an ape. But
Yeah.
were you? I don't think you were present for that.
No, he was present for the
Oh,
ape.
I did see that too. Okay, so I see you turn into crazy animals.
Yeah.
So sweet. I would like to sidebar that and mention that to Mudlark so that Mudlark might remember it because I got a bird brain, you know, sometimes we don't remember stuff.
I got you, bud. Great.
Oh shit, you're not supposed to say that. That's a stereotype. Fuck. That's why I went away from home.
Yeah, no questions on my end. I just have to avoid Susan and Paul now.
So I think that's everything.
Yeah.
Tis it.
The only combat we had was Malthier getting fucking cracked.
Yeah, absolutely, just waste. Were those guys like?
My character was fucking broken. I fucked up. Full disclosure, I wanted that to happen. If it wasn't obvious enough.
You
I
guys.
did that on purpose, though. You rolled terrible. On
I
your
did
blow
roll
check,
terrible.
And the augur did roll a 37 on her perception check.
Oh.
The augur.
I was trying to go shield bash with a shitty dexterity bonus, and I couldn't make it right. So I'm trying to make a better character.
I'm tempted to you guys to like come up with a group name, but I don't think it's a good idea.
Oh no.
Why don't you think it's a good idea?
Roses are gay.
Team names.
Oh, just because our names would be terrible, probably.
I think we should be called Wendy's Warriors.
Okay, new guy.
Motley Crew.
The Black Cat.
Okay, new guy.
Yeah. Easy piggyback rider. Come on.
Piggyback rider. That's awesome.
3-day.
58 plus 12.
That's pretty good.
Like I said, I'm tempted to ask you guys to come up with one.
Every attack.
Every full round action.
Nice.
Oh, so that's your total.
Usual suspects.
My total flurry with the hammer strike.
The not heist use.
We should figure out what Malthier's dad's name is and name the group.
Oceans of blood.
Malthier.
When we
It's
join
Malthier's
the road,
dad.
then we
It's
do
just
this.
Malthier's dad.
Malthier's dad's Kenny.
His name's Kenny.
No, that's bad luck. That's bad luck. Don't name your
Kenny's
group Kenny.
boys.
So some guy named Kenny decided to name his son Malthier.
No.
The cruel.
K-E-N-I. Still fantasy name. Kenny.
Kenny.
A-E-N-I. Yeah, still very much a friend's name. I mean, you
That
got
sounds like something like a sibling of mine could be named.
Colson.
It's small K, a 3, N, I, little squiggly with smiley face.
Not my cousin.
It's Ken.
There's some umlauts and a couple of superfluous H's.
Kenny. That's funny.
I completely dropped the ball and realized I hadn't mapped out the actual mage college until like an hour before the session. Like, fuck.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Very stoked on my sleeves of many garments.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Very
That's-
stoked.
Very glad I could inform you about that. That was the purpose.
I feel very relieved that Ross has his hat now.
Relationship.
Yeah, that's a good use of that.
The hat? Yeah.
It's the same hat that Yokai has.
Yep, exactly.
And Yokai's
Nope, not a big 7+ foot dude with horns out of my head. No, I'm not a bear in your town who maybe killed a paladin and carried him off. Not me.
Is
I'm
it
a
the
dude.
same hat?
Oh, that would be awesome. I like that, Mike. But he's a druid. He could live forever.
It's true. I might be a tree.
It's true.
I don't know.
In one of my games where I've had the bard try to seduce somebody.
Really? The first time?
First time.
It seems so obvious. And all I did was wink. I was just like, hey, you're in a bikini. That's pretty tight. And then she's
That's pretty good. I mean, the bard, if anybody.
yeah, those was like, especially like role performance. I was like, oh, okay, like whatever. And then I rolled like okay, and I was like, I guess this is good. And then you're like, bad. This is
Yeah. You got a new mistress.
Jesus Christ. Like at a certain point, I should just take HP damage if it happens consistently enough. It's like-
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that like a snooze thing?
It's coming at like a physical cost.
Yeah.
Like a permanent reduction in hit points.
Yeah, because she's a fucking drow. Like, they worship pain.
Hit point damage, but you get a morale bonus.
Oh, great. So I should come out there just sweaty and bleeding like, let's go. Let's do this.
That was a good one.
Jesus.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna beat Nick out of here because I've got him blocked in.
Oh, dude.
Hi, Mouthwind.
Wendy mouth.
It takes me forever to get on the bike anyways. I gotta put my stuff up to get on. So then I don't have to rush it.
Mouthwind.
Peace out.
All right, I'll see you guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Good game. Good game.
Everybody, thanks for playing.
All right.
Indeed.
See y'all later.
Weasel down a drain next episode.
The weasel butt.
Oh, don't do that. Please, no, I shouldn't have said it.